students, you bluntly told that all full-time students are not allowed to vote. But the real fact is only government-sponsored students are allowed to vote. And the mere fact is that they are only allowed to vote in the Malaysian embassy. What about students who study in that part have to come down to this part? They are in dire need of postal votes, actually. And another thing is in Sarawak, people who stays in the inner part of Sarawak, many of them, just in the last minute of the days of election, they are told that their polling centers are changed. And it takes them half a day to travel to the polling station to vote. And this makes up 500,000 of voters in Sarawak not allowing them to vote. And this is a serious matter, and they deserve postal votes. Because they are not allowed, they can't travel, it takes them half a day. And what the EC does is, they change the polling station just few days before the polling day. So what has Dato has to say for this? Thank you.
It is not fair. It's not fair to say something which is not correct. Have you ever witnessed, have you ever involved in electoral process? Have you ever been appointed as a polling station? Because it's easy to come up with a point to criticize. Because when we conduct elections, state election in Sarawak, we use helicopters. We spend 10 million for helicopters alone to ferry election workers, to carry election workers to the remote areas of Sarawak. And some of these polling stations in Sarawak, 50 registered voters. With the help of the assistant ROs and so on, the people in the area collect these people. Sometimes the political parties, just like what they do here, they ferry the voters to the polling station. They put one particular place, and then the helicopter can from 9 o'clock maybe, then open there for about 1 hour, after that gone. And all this gazetted, all this time, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11 are all gazetted, all being informed in advance. All political parties are being informed. So I think if you don't understand how we do the work, it is not correct to just say something that you presume that happened.
I'm not just saying something, because one of my friends who comes from the Penang district, 10 of her family members could not vote because the polling date was changed and they did not have transport to go. So I'm talking on behalf of what I see and the statistics.
The last election?
Yes, the last election, sir.
Thank you. I will
look into that.
I will take note of this point. Penang.
Yes, the Penang district.
It's okay. My senior officer is around here. They will take note of these points.
And please do something about that.
Yeah. So I wanted to explain.
So what do you have to say about the embassy in the United States for all the students?
The trouble with our election laws now, we don't open polling centers at our Malaysian embassies.
That's why I asked why you registered them if you don't open your.
Yeah, but then at least now, their names on the electoral roll. So when we do election, probably we will. Now we are discussing with Maputra to ensure that the ballot papers will arrive at the mission as the fastest as possible. We are discussing. In fact, now we are getting the budget from the Ministry of Finance to pay for this dispatch of ballot papers in this coming PRU to make sure that the ballot papers, the moment it is printed, then we will immediately deliver to Wisma Putra, and Wisma Putra will make a special diplomatic bag to the various sections of the world. So these are the things, and probably on realizing that the ballot papers must arrive back home, because our system is territorial representation. The ballot papers must arrive at the office of RO before 5 p.m. We are not proportionate representation. We are not proportionate system. We are territorial representation. So can you imagine, in one particular embassy in UK, the ballot papers may have to come back to Malaysia to maybe 20 or 30 returning officers' office. But anyway, that is the responsibility of voters. The moment they got the ballot papers, the postal ballot papers, it is entirely up to them whether they want to send back by DHL, because on the address of the ballot papers is addressed the returning officer, the respective returning officer where the registered voter registered on the electoral roll. So, and probably on realizing this kind of constraint of time, probably the EC will think of lengthening the period of campaign.
Yeah.
You know, it has to be looked in big things, you know. Otherwise, what is the point of having ballot papers printed and then passed to Wisma Putra sent to mission, and the ballot papers can only reach the registered voters abroad just 2 days before the polling day here. So they will have no time to ensure that the ballot papers will come back to the respective returning officer here. So EC is looking, in order to realize this objective, probably we have to look into extending a little bit the period of campaign, because we only print the ballot papers after the nomination of candidate closed. Then only we know who are the candidates. So these are the kind of things that we are looking into. So I think ada lagi?
Alright, now two. Yes, go ahead. And
I know for it's still time, but I think there's one issue which I think is the recent issue concerning proxy voting. I think it's a very serious issue we should find out from.
I will clarify again. It was never discussed. The EC never discussed. My chairman spoke to one of the journalists that day.
as a suggestion.
He gave example, some parts of Canada even went to the extent of having proxy voting. Nobody should think seriously about proxy voting because it is against the spirit of democracy.
Yeah.
So we never discuss about that, don't worry. And then the election chairman has already made clarification. He never said that. So there's nothing to worry about that, sir.
Okay, last question.
Can I suggest police or military don't need to vote because they are supposed to be neutral.
Police?
Police or military no need to vote because they are supposed to be neutral.
Right, that's their right.
They are supposed to be neutral.
The question is more than that.
Throughout the whole dialogue, we call it a dialogue, you have expressed constraints after constraints. You have repeatedly mentioned the way the government is practicing whatever it's practicing. You have repeatedly asked us to refer to the AG's chambers. You've repeatedly said you cannot divulge things because it's OSA. So I'm not too sure because the Election Commission was appointed by Yang di-Pertuan Agong with persons who have public confidence. I'm not sure whether you have actually displayed public confidence. You know, so what I'm trying to say is that, is there any political will on your part? Is there any will on your part? Because repeatedly, Bersih members who have already expressed they want to help you, but what we are hearing is excuses after excuses. I mean, it's very tiring to hear that. And next time, I think we will just call the Prime Minister and the Attorney General. We should not waste our time with you.
Yeah, I think you should. Thank you very much. You can express all this concern, this proposal of reforms. You invite these people. Because I don't want to repeat about the concern. This is what is happening. This is the process of lawmaking in this country. So I think the thing here is I'm trying to tell you what we can do, what we cannot do, okay? And we do things according to the laws. Okay? And we are given a set of laws. So, and the moment I accept this invitation to come and to meet the people here, I come with an open mind, I come with sincerity, you know? I'll be faced with this kind of hostile audience. I know. No. Because I believe in the engagement.
Yeah, people are hostile. Not hostile.
We all love you.
People first. People first. Performance now.
For your information, Jasmine's organization, Growing Emerging Leaders, I was the one who pushed it so hard to get her. Because she really convinced us that even without an official appointment, he managed to get more than 100,000 new voters into our electoral roll. And because we improved her, and we started improving so many other NGOs. So believe me, I'm telling you, when I say constraint, it is a fact, it's a constraint. So if you are...
It's not excuse.
It's not an excuse actually. Because if I want to evade all these questions, if I want to face the concern, I can simply answer. The EC can simply say we are busy. We are not truly busy preparing the election in Sarawak. But because my sincerity to explain to you, so that at the same time I bring some officers with me here, they are collecting all the feedbacks, you know. They are making notes, feedbacks, because these are things. So I think you please understand.
One serious issue. One serious issue.
Sorry, Victor. Last question.
Well, fair person. It's something a comment you made that the election commission has power to make regulations. Why can't, under those regulations, you deal with the ink issue? It's not a big issue. It's a procedural issue. It doesn't have to go to the AG or to the cabinet.
Are you talking about ink?
Indelible ink.
Yeah, it is here. You have to clear the thing first. This is what the opinion of AG.
No, I think that's the AG's opinion. Okay,
Opinion
if we, no, I'm going to round up now. Dato, just to say this on the regulations, the power to make, amend, remove regulations is with the EC. And we will do a paper, Dato, Bersih too will do a paper to convince you that you can change all those postal ballot regulations, that you can change many of the regulations that you find a constraint now. And we will present that paper. You can, and we will show that under the law, it is something that you can do. You actually have more control than you think you do. So, we will do that on our part, and we will forward that memorandum to Dato. I think I'm going to summarize and sum up. I think we have been, Dato, you've taken on board all the questions, and it's been very good of you to be here to answer these questions. It is appreciated by the people here. You can see there's a lot of frustration. There are genuine frustrations, there are genuine concerns. We want things to improve, we want to help, and I think that comes through loud and clear. We're prepared to do anything to help. And I'm afraid we don't accept that the constraints that you say you face. We think you can do more, but we want to also help you on that journey perhaps to do a little bit more. We appreciate the changes that are being made, that's good, but we have some very, very serious concerns, and that is something that we will continue to engage Dato on. I think, Dato, if we could have, I know you're busy with by-elections and so on, but I think another session like this is called for. Am I right?
Yes.
I think Bersih too would like to organize that, and perhaps we can invite you, and well, we actually invited all the political parties, maybe we will try and invite some of the lawmakers, AG's department and so on. Maybe they can also come, because I think it's important to be constructive, it's important to move on. And I think at the end of the day, maybe there are a few immediate things that can be done. One of which is international observers and independent observers. What is the harm? Because all you're doing when you do that is helping build confidence in us, in the system. and it doesn't hurt. If you have nothing to worry about, it really does no harm. It only does good. So those are some of the ways in which you could actually inspire confidence in the system, and those are simple things. So with that, I think, can we show our appreciation in the least way again? Thank you so much, Dato. Thank you, Chinhat, for your comments. Thank you, Jasmine, for the legal support. And ladies and gentlemen, I think, well, we'll make sure you're not alone next time, Dato. When we invite you. Thank you very much, and good evening.
Thank you.